Hello, this is Gail Fry, and this is EDL 852 Case Study Narrative, Who Should Create the School's Vision? Visionary leadership is one of the most important responsibilities of any leader in establishing a vision and inviting others to share its development. A visionary leader is an individual who sees the potential for how the world should exist and then takes steps to get there. You can achieve a visionary without a leadership role, like becoming an idea guy, for instance, and you can successfully lead people to accomplish a course of action while not having a vision for the change you'd like to create. 3 characteristics of a visionary leader are being a risk taker, being a good listener, and taking responsibility. In this case study, there is a new principal, Mrs. Potter, who has been hired a year before the school is, while the school is being built a year before it is opened. She has, along with the superintendent, started an advisory board, which consists of 4 parents and 4 teachers. The conflict is that Mrs. Potter does not want to come up with a vision statement on her own. However, the committee would like for her to, and they would go along with that. Currently no legal issues. However, if Mrs. Potter develops the vision statement on her own and the issues arise with the vision statement, there could be legal issues that arise. Ethical. Sometimes people think defining a school's vision is not important, should be done quickly. Developing a vision statement is one of the most important steps to creating a successful program. If the vision statement is done well, it gives clarity and direction to a school. If not, it can lead to conflicts in a school that has difficulty identifying priorities. It's more than just a broad, flowery statement. It helps people understand how you hope others will view you and describes some of your highest priorities. Vision statements offer administrators a shared vision of learning for the entire school environment, and it allows both educator and support staff to get behind the goal. It also provides parents and community with clear ethos of the school. Synthesize. While vision statements are the way that people will describe your school, mission statements are the way that you would describe schools to others. They work together to make a school successful. When coming up with the vision and mission statements, all staff, stakeholders, and community members should be a part of this. One is how you're going to make your school great, the vision, and the other is what you are doing within your school to make it great. In our scenario, Mrs. Potter has made the vision statement a top priority. That is because developing a vision as well as a mission statement are 2 of the most important steps to create a successful school. Facts. Susan Potter is the new principal. Joe Rawlings is the superintendent. This is Lightville Community District. It is a small rural district. There's 2 schools currently, one being built, which Ms. Potter will be the principal at. The advisory committee is 4 parents and 4 students that was put together by Mrs. Potter and Superintendent Rawlings. The place is a rural location. There used to be about 758 students. Now there is 1,200 students, and that rate is going up about 2% each year. So that is why they are wanting to build this new school. Let's see. The program as the new middle school was to be built on the same site with the existing 2 schools and would be designed to accommodate up to 450 pupils. The construction was to be completed in 18 months, and the superintendent recommended that the board approve a new principal to be employed at least 12 months prior to the new school opening. This action would allow the principal to have input into staffing and designing the curriculum. There were 22 applications for the new position, and Mrs. Potter was the one that they chose for this position. Mrs. Potter has been hired a year in advance. This is review and prioritize. She's been hired in a year in advance as a new principal to a middle school being built. That is somewhat controversial. She has an advisory committee that she has put together along with the help of the superintendent. Everyone involved wants Mrs. Potter to come up with that vision statement. However, Mrs. Potter made it very clear that she wants to work with the group. As lead managers, school principals play a key role in school success, and their leadership skills highly contribute to effectiveness of school. A competent and effective leader is the one who affects others in the success of the organization, motivates them, and includes them in the process. First alternative was that everyone share what their vision was, and then collectively they could come up with one vision. The committee did not agree with this and wants Mrs. Potter to be the one to come up with a vision statement on her own. They could agree with it and sign off on it, or they could change some things once she shares it with them. This is clearly a battle that Mrs. Potter will not win. The committee has already voted to have her be responsible for the vision of the new school. If Mrs. Potter is not comfortable with coming up with a vision statement due to just moving to this area and her understanding that a vision statement is one that involves everyone's input, she could ask the school board, other teachers, as well as stakeholders for their input on the vision statement. It's clear that Helen's expectations of what a leader is are different from Mrs. Potter's, and I think it's typical for staff to see the leader of the school as the decision maker. But in fact, the leader should be making the decisions for the school with staff input. A leader can and should help lead these discussions, but ultimately it should be a group decision. Advantages and disadvantages of creating a vision statement without input. In the case study, if Mrs. Potter follows the recommendations of the committee and comes up with a vision statement on her own, she may feel responsible for how successful or unsuccessful the school is. She probably feels very uncomfortable doing this because she's new to the community, and that is why she's asking for input. There may also be other teachers, community members, and stakeholders that take offense to her creating the vision on her own and would like to be included. If goals are not met in the vision statement, she could be the sole person responsible and have to take the blame, which may result in her losing her position. Data and resources to support school vision goals. Data from the other local schools could be used to help determine what vision goals these schools have. These could be a great resource for Mrs. Potter as she determines what the vision is of the district, community, and stakeholders. It's important to look at, especially if it shows what works and what has not worked in previous visions for schools. Again, this is a battle that Mrs. Potter will not win. So the option that I would choose is for her just to go and do it on her own, but also get input maybe from the school board or other teachers that want to, and stakeholders that want to be involved in it. It's not best practice for her to do it on her own, but she's not going to win the battle. They've already voted. It is important that the vision unites stakeholders around the school's journey of improvement. A school where community members and school leaders are in disagreement will be an unhappy place, where much energy is wasted rather than focusing on the key purpose of involving learning for students. If the stakeholders are to support school development, they need to be involved in understanding and developing the school vision. Implement. Unveiling the school vision statement to all stakeholders in order to ensure awareness of the intended direction of the school is very important. The final step after the vision statement is completed is to introduce the vision statement to the entire community. The unveiling process should communicate the message that the school vision statement supports the district vision and represents the intended progression for the next few years. There are many forms of communication to the stakeholders. This can be done through rotary calls through the phone, meetings like PTA and site council, school newsletters, and the school website. Standard 1, mission, vision, improvement. This assignment was a case study in which a new principal was trying to involve her staff and community in helping her come up with a mission statement. They were reluctant to help in the process. I explained what a mission statement is and how important it is to have all stakeholders involved in the creating of a vision for school. This vision then creates the mission of the school and helps the staff provide students with curriculum to follow the vision and mission. It makes it a successful school and provides for future success of students. I evaluated all the components of the vision statement, which included administration, staff, stakeholders collaborating to create the vision. Then the vision must be drafted and revised and then shared with all stakeholders. It is shared with the community and stakeholders through meetings, social media, newsletters, and once this happens, it becomes part of the school norms. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you.